Are you ready for the winter ahead in case you, your family, your kids, your pets get sick? Do you have the medicines available in the house just in case it runs out at the stores? Because it is starting to run out here in my area and back home in France as well. So let me share with you what I see and what I was told from my family, so direct information about what's going on in France as well here in terms of medicine shortages. So I am Anne, the little Frenchie in Big Texas. Welcome to my channel. As you might know, I am the mom of twin girls, 8 years old. And when somebody is sick in the family, it very quickly goes around, meaning one of the girls, the second girl in 2-3 days, and then very often myself and or my husband. So it's like a chain reaction here, and we need medicine in such case. I mean, the cold, the flu, whatever goes around, some stomach bug. So I like to have a few bottles, especially of this Tylenol here in advance, because I mean, the last flu kind of illness, easy with my 2 girls, we go through at least a bottle and a half. So I want to have a few for the winter. And my usual supplier here is Costco, my local warehouse, where they sell these 3, used to be a decent price. I think it was close to $13 last, but probably went up to 15. But that's not, the point is not inflation here. The point is availability, because it's been out of stock for over 2 months. That kids Tylenol, that's the only one they carry, which is a dye-free, which is the one my girls love. It's been out, and when I saw it started to be out, I gave it a few weeks, because usually, I mean, they take it out, they bring it back, but it never came back. So I started looking at other stores, and it was very low as well. So I actually bought the last packs they had of this one, which is Motrin, ibuprofen, so it's different. They had it a tiny bit longer, but it's out as well now. It's been out for 3 weeks, maybe a month. So that's Costco, Houston area. Might be different depending on where you are in the country, but I was there the other day and it was completely out. And the adult medicine is going down a bit too, but they still have plenty. So you can still have Tylenol, all over the counter is still available for the adults. The issue here is the kids, nothing. So I went through the other stores in the area as well. I managed to find that one, so I was very happy. It's actually a big bottle, so I got one more, which is good. That was at H-E-B, and so that the local grocery store, Texas chain, and that was not even close to home. That was close to my work, because I started really looking Target. I mean, I went through the whole area stores looking at the medicine section, and it was extremely low. And you know, for kids, they have different flavors. Kids can be so picky. You know, you got the cherry, the grapes, different color, and you have the dye-free. And my girls like the dye-free, and that's the one that is not available anywhere. Of course. I found some grapes, so I've got another one that's grape from Walmart. Worst comes to worst, I will force it down, even if it's grape. But it's just to show you. I mean, stock is extremely low. They have a tiny bit more for infant. Infant is slightly better, but kids from the 2 to 11 years old, very low to inexistent here. So worst come to worst, we're completely out. I started looking at the dosage here, given the adult, that's my acetaminophen from Costco. They still have plenty. So if you look at dosage here, it's 160 milligram of medicine per 5 milliliter. My girls take 10 milliliters at that time, given their weight and so on. So it's 320 milligrams for 10 milliliters. And these here are 500 milligrams each. So worst come to worst, we can always open one of these, take the powder, half of it, and dilute it in 10 milliliters of their favorite juice, chocolate milk, and so on, just to get it down, if there's nothing else. But I would rather avoid it than have the kids' medicine, which works good, but that's the world we live in, unfortunately. So we have to be prepared. So in case you have children, just look around and get a few of these just in case. Because it's not just here in Texas. I regularly talk to my family back home, and they have the exact same shortage. On the kids' medicine, apparently it's really known in France that they are very low in stock. So that's one fact. The second, they're also low in other medicines, and they are implementing restrictions and limits at the store. And that goes for the regular Tylenol. And by time, I used to buy it in packs of 20. So 20 little capsules, pills in a box. Now the box only contains 8. And you are limited to 2 boxes a day. And they are trying to explain to people instead of taking it, I think they tell you 1 every 4 hours. They're trying to push it, saying 1 every 6 hours. So that's over the counter without prescription. But you see how it's going. So limitations in terms of quantity and increasing the time to make it last longer, which when you're sick with 101 fever, you might actually need 2 pills every 4 hours. But that's the reality we live in, and I am sure they are not implementing actual restriction and counting and tracking in systems right now. So you could potentially go to the pharmacy first every day to get 2 packs. But if you're sick, you're not going to go out every day when you've got 101 fever. And the other thing, I'm pretty sure if you go from one pharmacy to another in the area, you can probably get 2 packs. But I haven't tried, but I would. If I were home with these restrictions, I would definitely try it. But it gives you an idea what's going on over there. So I mentioned the kids' medicine, the restrictions on the Tylenol. Now the third one is the prescriptions. And they are running very low or out. So my parents have a certain age, they're friends as well, they talk. So one of them, a man, has prostate issue, like it happens after a certain age, and he's getting regular medicine, prescription. The first one run out, no more. So they had to find a substitute. He was on the substitute, and then the substitute ran out as well. So he was put on a wait list for that substitute. And the pharmacy just called him recently saying, hey, we got the box, it's back, we got a bit of stock, come over and pick it up. So that's good. He was really low, almost out, so he got a new one. But look at that. Substitution, and then the substitute runs out. So we're gonna have to find a substitute of the substitute very quickly. It's insane. And we've seen that during the pandemic, and like 2 years ago. And one of the actions that government said they would do is bring production back, or some of it, instead of being very dependent from China, from India, all these other countries. That was true for the medicine. It was true as well for the electronics. So has it happened? Maybe it has started, but it's not effective yet. But for the medicines, I haven't heard anything about moving production back. For the electronics, I did. And we've seen it in the news here in the US with some of the electronics companies, Samsung, Intel, opening new fabs here, particularly in Texas. We have a big campus opening soon close to Austin. So they're bringing some activity back on the electronic side, but I haven't heard anything on the medical side, pharmaceutical. Have you? If you have, or if you got some insider information of what's going on, please put in the comments below. I'll be very interested in knowing whether we actually bring back some of this manufacturing for some of the key medicines, because we are running extremely low, and this is just the beginning of the winter. Well, fall. It's not even cold yet. Back home in France, it's not cold yet. So energy crisis, which is going on, has not completely peaked, and the flu season and all this has not peaked yet either. It's going to get worse. And if we already have restrictions, I know they're trying to tell people, cool down, we're implementing all these restrictions so that we don't run out when we need it. But still, it doesn't make me feel too confident here. So that's really the message I wanted to share with you here. Be prepared. if you have kids, stock up on some of this medicine here over the counter. If you're on prescription, try to maybe have a month ahead talking to your doctor, but be ready for potential shortages that are already showing, especially in other countries. So I hope you found this useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. And be prepared for yourself, for your family, for your kids, and never forget your pets, because we had a dog recently sick here, and when they're sick, they don't know how to talk and tell you what's wrong, right? So don't forget your furry friends. Thank you all for watching.